You're a projector and you want to invite another projector, but projectors are supposed to wait for the invitation. So how does that work? If you've ever wondered how to navigate this, you are not alone. My projector clients and many of you in the comments section here on YouTube have asked me this fairly often over time. And since there's been a flood of different versions of this same question in the last month, I thought I'd speak to it here. If by chance we haven't met before, hi, I'm Carolyn Southwell. I am a 2/4 emotional projector, and I have been working with human design for more than a decade. This has given me the chance to pressure test almost every single thing I've ever been taught about projectors to see how each aspect really works in real life, in the real world. I remember being taught years and years ago by a very well-meaning human design teacher who is not a projector, the very simple idea that projectors can invite each other. And it's true. Well, kind of. It's like saying the sky is blue. That's true. Some of the time. So to tease apart this projector and projector relationship question, I'm going to use some examples. I'll look at friendships, romantic relationships, several kinds of business relationships, and also familial relationships. Let's do it. So example number 1, friendships. As a projector, being friends with another projector can be deeply, deeply healing because nobody can see inside you more deeply than a projector. That's how our aura is designed. And because we go so deep, there are some important things to consider. Firstly, you're both going to be giving each other advice. So is there mutual recognition? And like other friendships, are you on the same wavelength? As in, do you have things in common? Because a friendship is always built on commonalities, common interests. And even more important than in friendships with other human design types, does it feel balanced? If you're the one doing all of the coaching in the relationship, then the other person should be paying you. And if you look up to the other person like the sun shines out of their ass, you should probably be paying them. But if you find that there's a gorgeous balance of talking, listening, sharing, playing, and deep appreciation of each other, then that's the sign of a really healthy friendship. And to get a friendship like this, all you need are 2 projectors who realize they like each other. And as long as you both have time and space for a new friendship, then either one can invite the other. And as long as you're both getting along well, and as long as it stays balanced in the giving and receiving, and you both have the time and energy to maintain the friendship, of course, then either one can invite the other back and forth for as long as you're in relationship and in whatever way feels natural for you. Example number 2, romantic partners. Woo! Do I get a lot of questions about, love relationships? So when starting a new romantic relationship with a projector, so much of what I just shared of friendships applies here too. Why? Well, because any long-term relationship will see you spending way more time doing everyday stuff together. You're not going to be having sex all the time. Even the most heavily defined generators and manifesting generators who might have huge amounts of sexual energy in their design, because everyone's a bit different, they still don't have sex all the time. And you put 2 projectors together as lovers, and you're unlikely to have sex even once a day. But what you will do is prepare and eat food every day. Clean and tidy the house a little bit every day. Go to work or run your business most days. Wrangle children or engage with other family members or close friends or neighbors or co-workers every day. And you'll want to talk to your partner about most, if not all, of these things. So many projectors struggle with finding a romantic partner, but if the person that you like is a projector, then the first thing you need to ask yourself is, do I want to be friends with this person as well as have sex with them? It needs to be an honest yes to both of those for you to even entertain the idea if the relationship is going to be anything beyond a one-night stand. And often you might find that you want to have a relationship with somebody who is the appropriate sex or gender for you to consider as a sexual partner, but you might find that there's no sexual chemistry and actually you just want to talk all the time, in which case that makes you friends. Now, when it comes to starting that relationship, as you feel that spark of excitement, ask yourself, does the other person appear to be interested? Their body language, the way they look at you. If yes, then talk to them. Ask them out. Invite them to hang out with you. But know that we as projectors go deep, deep, deep. We can't help ourselves. So it is wise to practice going a little bit slower than maybe you would like to. Ask yourself, what is the next one step here? Is it just talking to them and seeing how you vibe together? Is it asking them on a date? Is it asking them on a second date or a third? Notice how they react to your invite. Each time a stage goes well and things continue to go well, you can keep taking deeper steps, taking each next step. And please note, this process is the same whether you're male or female or whether you're interested in men or women. Yes, men are heavily conditioned to initiate, but the only time initiating will work is when there's already an interest being shown by the other person. And from a human design perspective, we don't even call this initiating, though it might look like that to an outsider. You're simply walking through a door that the other person has already opened for you by showing you that they're interested. Now, before we move on to some business examples, remember that for two projectors to be in a healthy romantic relationship, you need to be on the same wavelength about things that are important to you. You both have to have mutual respect and appreciation for one another's ability to see and guide the other, because you're still going to deeply see into each other, right? So it has to be very balanced, like a friendship. And there needs to be enough spark between the two of you that you actually want to have sex from time to time, rather than just talk all day long. If you're finding this video helpful, can you give it a like? That'll help more projectors find this video and this channel. Thank you so much. Let's talk about business relationships now. What happens when you're a projector and you're serving projector clients? This is the case for me. I'm a projector and I specialize in serving projectors. And one of my clients emailed me after her session the other day and said, I loved working with you. I'll definitely be back in future. But how did two projectors get together again if we're always waiting for invitations? And the answer is really simple. The person who wants the guidance and is willing to pay for it is the one who needs to do the inviting. So if you're a projector in business, your clients or customers need to invite you by booking a session, joining a longer term program, or paying for a product. It doesn't work for you as the business owner, the coach, the consultant, or the service provider to reach out to people you want to work with and invite them to work with you. I can't tell you how many times I've heard this. This doesn't work. Please don't do it. That is initiating because you want to guide them, but they have to handpick you. If you want to know how I do my marketing as a projector in business, let me know in the comments. If there's enough interest, then I'll make a video on that topic specifically. The second business example came from a client I do asynchronous coaching with, so coaching over a messaging app. She's a projector and wanted to understand how to get guests onto her podcast. Now, in this case, she doesn't know the human design type of her potential guests, but let's just say she did. In truth, the process is fairly similar when you as a projector want to invite anyone to collaborate on anything, a podcast, a blog post series, an interview on YouTube, whatever. And the key thing you need to understand here is that you must only invite people who you truly recognize and value. Here it is you that wants to share their wisdom with the world. And so it's you who must invite them, and it's you who must find a way to pay them. Now, in the case of a podcast interview or something similar, you're unlikely to pay them with cash, but hopefully you're planning to pay them with exposure to their ideal target audience. And when you invite them, you need to let them know what that value exchange is so that they can see there's a fair balance, like in all of our other relationship examples. The final thing I'll say about this particular example is it's so important that you don't try and guide them through the interview unless they have also previously demonstrated that they recognize and value you. Yeah? Okay, so the third and final business example before we move on to relating with family members is this. When you as the business owner want to get guidance or support from a projector coach, it's essential that you recognize and value them. Don't pay money to projector teachers, coaches, consultants, practitioners, or healers of any kind just because they look or sound successful. If you don't vibe with them, that is, if you don't like them and deeply trust them, then don't ask them to guide you. Their book, their products, their readings, their programs, they're all going to be an annoying waste of your money and your time. Instead, invest with somebody that you really like and really trust and who also sounds like they know what the hell they're talking about. I'll tell you how this plays out in my business. When I have clients who book in sessions after spending weeks or months consuming my content online, who know, like, and trust me, we tend to have pretty high quality sessions from the very beginning. But if I contrast that with clients who found me by Googling human design coach or something similar, and they book in a session with me after skimming through a single article I wrote years ago, those sessions are often meh. And so it's really important that you work out whether or not you like me or some other projector coach you might work with. Now, there might always be exceptions, of course. A single definition splenic projector might know in the first 2 seconds of hearing me speak that I'm the person for them. But usually people need time to get to know me. So if you've watched this far and you like the sound of my voice and you think I'm pretty good at teaching this stuff, that means you recognize me, if we use that human design term. And it means that I'll probably make a really great guide for you. If you're wondering how to book one-on-one sessions, check the video description. I'll put a link down there, yeah? However, if you're only watching this video because you're desperate to understand this projector invitation thing, but you think I carry on too much, or you find my voice irritating, then please do us both a favor and don't book in for coaching with me. Instead, keep searching for a projector that you adore and spend your precious time, your precious life, learning from them instead. Now, let's talk about family. Oh, family, what a joyous challenge they can be for us projectors. Whether it's your aging parents, your siblings, cousins, your old adult children, or anyone else in your extended family that you want to hang out with, it can be incredibly frustrating to understand how to do this well as a projector. Assuming the family member you want to hang out with is an adult and also a projector, then the same rules apply as with potential friends and even potential lovers to some degree. The questions you might ask yourself are the following. Do they seem interested in hanging out? Have they invited me to spend quality time with them previously? Do they seem to enjoy my company? Do I feel seen, recognized, valued in this relationship? If the answers to those questions are more maybes and no's than yeses, then even though they are family, it's probably a waste of your precious time, energy, and attention to invite them to do anything. Now, I know that can be really hard to hear if you're lonely and you miss your kids, or the only family member you have left is one sibling, or you have a close family unit, but you never get quality hangout time with the parent that you love the most. But there is no clever or correct or sneaky way to invite somebody who doesn't also genuinely want to hang out with you. They might say yes to your invites because they think they should. But that time together will probably leave you feeling unfulfilled, empty, resentful, and anything but seen or heard or loved by your loved one. Please note that just because a family member may not naturally want to talk to you on the phone or go out to dinner or hang out on the holidays doesn't mean you're not awesome. It doesn't mean you're broken or bad or unworthy or useless or any of those things that your sad heart might be telling you. It simply means that you're supposed to be spending your precious time with someone else, someone who does naturally, easily, and enthusiastically want to spend time with you. The more you can recognize within yourself how awesome you are, the more you'll attract invitations from the right people who will open up doors and opportunities that you never imagined. And over time, it can become so easy that you stop second guessing how to do invites and you simply just listen to your body's impulses on when to act and when to wait. If you found this video useful, can you share it with another projector now? You never know how much it just might